hold on. Hello, Maddie. Oh, look at that, I got a viewer. So, why am I doing this? Because I opened up my I have this big box of kind of the stuff I don't use regularly underneath a table. And I know I had some old tarot cards in there. And so I started looking, and I says, well, I have a couple of decks. I don't even know what they are because they were gifted to me and they were just in pouches. So I figured, well, I'll show and tell them, and who knows, maybe some of you guys know what they are. I'm going to take my hat off. Well, I don't like my hat. All right, hat on or hat off? Let me know. What's it? Oh, we got some. Hello. Hello, Hermit's Cave. Sound of Ocean Wave. Oh, hello. And the hat is on. I'm taking the glasses off so I can see the phone. All right, so I'm going to get started with this because I've got a couple of decks. And bear with me. They're not in order, but I'm going to do a quick show. And maybe someone can tell me what deck this is. So this was gifted to me by the original lady that taught me how to do tarot readings way at the beginning. So this is the deck that started it all. And let's show some of the cards, shall we? Make a nice pile here. And they're not in order, so, you know, bear with me on that one. But this is the Eight of Swords, right? And this is the back of the deck, right? So I don't know what this deck is. Let's see. What do we got? We've got the World card. Right, there we go. If anyone knows what deck this is, please let me know. I'm still in contact with the lady, the lady that kind of taught me tarot. So I might have to ask her. She may know, but she gave me this. Right, this is the Hierophant. Right, at the back of the card. I have seen. Yeah, it is a very distinctive back, right? It is very, almost feathery, if you would. It is a very distinctive back. I just don't know what deck this is, right? It's a this is a Seven of Cups. It's a Seven of Cups, and I'm not gonna show them all because I have another deck that was the first one I really was good at doing readings with. But I'm just curious about this deck, right? We got the, what is this? This is the 9. It's like the 9 of Pentacles. Right. Oops. I'm dropping them on the floor. How does that work? Look at this. Look at this Lover's card. Is it the Aquarian deck? Could be. We'll have to look that up. But that's the Lover's card. Let's see. The Sun. Great, I got some major arcana. It's the Sun card. Very interesting imagery. Not the type of imagery that resonates with me for doing reading. If you know, like some of the other card decks that I've done walkthrough. Oh, it took me a minute to figure out what. Yeah, it's the imagery doesn't speak to me like the imagery in some of the other cards, but it's beautiful nonetheless. Let me see. I've got a. I'm gonna get some. Okay, the major arcana. Right, there's the Chariot card. Very interesting cards. We have the Empress. So I like cards that give me more of a scene, as opposed, and this is the card I was looking for, and I always am going to do this because Hermit's Cave, Simon's in here. So this is the Hermit card in honor of Simon. There you go. The new power. I'm not familiar with that. See, I got to get familiar with more of these decks. I really, really do. So that was the Hermit. This is the Star. Which one? Is he holding a mark? Let's go back. On the Hermit? Where did I put him? Da, da, da. He's holding something. No, that's a lantern. Right? If you look closely, it is a really kind of really weird rendition, but if you look really close, it's a lantern. So yeah, it looked like he was holding a cup. Little cup of coffee. Let's quickly see if there's any more I want to show out of this deck. Yes, I always, and it's my card that talks to me the most, and that's the Tower card. Right? I love the Tower card. It's just maybe it's because I'm drawn to chaos. I don't know. Or maybe because the Tower to me represents weathering the storm, being strong. Let's show the Hanged Man. All right. The Hanged Man. This is kind of a typical view of the Hanged Man upside down. You know, a couple of my other decks, as we, if you caught the live that Matt and I did, we were talking about a comparison of Wizards Tarot and the Skeleton Tarot, and we talked a little bit about the Tower card, where the Tower card in the deck that I read from, it's not the Tower's not being destroyed, right? So if you go back to this Tower card, I'm sorry, I put them all down, and I got to go back to it. Right, it's the typical Tower's being destroyed, right? It's on fire, it's getting struck by lightning, all that good stuff. So interesting. So interesting. I want to show one more unknown deck, and I kind of don't even know where this deck came from, and it's like I said, I think it was definitely gifted to me, and it's not even to write or weight. It's different, but we're gonna go through it, right? So this is what the back looks like. Now, Matt, I don't know if you're still in there. Is this one of the decks you gave me? Because it looks like it's a different sort of deck. This card's called World Egg. Oh, yeah. Yes. Thor is eating. And you hear the little tag on his collar banging his dish. This is Dr. John. Oh, so this is one of the decks that originated with you. I found it in my box. Well, now I know what it is. The Voodoo Tarot. Oh yeah, Marie Laveau. Marie Laveau. It was in the box under the table with all my stuff, where you threw all the DVDs on top. That's where it was, Matt. All right, so I was wondering, well, now I got an answer to both of my unknown decks. Okay. So now I want to go to the deck that's... Oh, actually, I got one more that I don't know where it come from. But Matt, is this one of yours? Because this was in my box, too. The Wild Unknown Tarot. So... this is the one. I was eyeing this deck online, and because I found it interesting, and to my surprise, it was in my box. So let's go through this deck, and again, I don't believe it's in order, but we're gonna go through it anyways. So again, this is the Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Kranz. So we can call this a live fun box, and because I've never even seen this deck before. Well, it was in my box, but this is the back of it. Quite a unique, busy looking back. I like it because it almost reminds me of um, one of those trick image things that you look at. Hold on, I'm gonna crack a window because I'm hot. It's winter, it's supposed to be cold, so let's get started. So this is the chariot. Right, so that's a chariot. I see like a horse. I guess that's like the front of a chariot and a horse. I don't know. It's an interesting card to take. The image is different on these cards. This is the nine. Oh yeah, it's Roman numerals. This is the 9 of Swords. Right, it's the 9 of Swords. Very different. There's like eyeballs and stuff in there. I do a lot of my readings intuitively, so I really like when the images speak to me. But this is very interesting. 10 of Swords. This is the 10 of Swords. All right. The World card. Losing. Oh, not looking. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what that means, but I must have missed something. I'm new at this. This is my first time live, so I'm new. But yeah, this is the World card. We've got Ace of Wands. There's some color in this one. Some of these cards have some color, and some don't. I like in this card how it's a tree branch, which is very interesting because, you know, that's where wands come from, right? It comes from wood, if you would. We got the 2 of Wands here. Again, it's very, very artistically drawn. This is what when I saw this deck online, I was like, oh, that's so cool. Right, the 3 of Wands, right? This is the 4 of Wands. Oh, losing signal. I hope that's not me. But yeah, this is the 4 of Wands. There we go. Interesting. Yeah, I was so surprised when I saw this in like my box. I was like, oh, I had this in my cart, waiting for the proper time to purchase, and I guess I didn't have to. We got the 5 of Wands. I love not having to purchase cards. I like when they just show up. 6 of Wands. This is interesting because it just looks like there's brush down at the bottom, but that's a 6 of Wands and a butterfly. When I see this, right, I read intuitively. I see this card and I see almost like breaking free of something, right? The butterfly is getting out of this like thick brush. I love when a card just puts a thought in my head. It's kind of how, I don't know, it's kind of how I read sometimes. This is the 6 of Wands. It's interesting. Is that a 6? Yeah, 5, 6, 7 of Wands. Sorry. Not very good. Gotta practice my Roman numerals. But again, this is like a card that says immediately off the back, illuminating a path for you, right? So if this ever came up in a reading, and I've never read with these cards, but that intuitive looking at the image, it's like, well, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, or at the edge of the forest, if you would. 8 of Wands. Interesting. I don't know what to make of that. Is that like a lightning bolt hitting the wands? Maybe maybe that could say, you know, outside of the, you know, the literal 8 of Wands meaning, which balance achieved, and, you know, wands being, you know, spiritual concerns. But I love to look at and analyze the imagery. And this could almost say to me, you know, a charge in your magic, or maybe something's going to ramp up, right? You hit with the lightning to kind of charge it electrically. This is the Nine of Wands. 10 a.m. phone reading. Oh, well, thanks for stopping by, and, you know, I appreciate it. And, yeah, if this goes on, I'm going to have to do more of these. I don't know. So this was impromptu, so I don't know. I'd like to kind of do this scheduled. So maybe I'll find, I'm thinking more of a Sunday afternoon, or I don't know. I got to do in the morning so Simon can join. But Robert, definitely thanks for stopping by, and you know, come back again. Again, this is Nine of Wands. I love how the Wands card take this twiggy approach, like sticks. I love that. I love that because I actually, as part of something I'm doing, is making a wand, and I'll do another show on that. But I'll show you how I have a whittled stick that I'm drying out to actually make a wand out of. This is 10 of Wands. Okay. There we go. Interesting. The Daughter of Wands. So Daughter of Wands, I'm assuming that's like a princess? Yeah, like the Princess of Wands, but it's the Daughter of Wands. Very interesting. Oh, we have a Justice card. Justice. I love how it's kitties. Reminds me of my two kitties. Oh, is that what that is? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Could be. Oh, my God. The Hermit. I love it. It's a turtle. Oh, my God. I love this card. Right? It's a turtle. He's in his shell. And he's got, like, the candle sitting, or the lantern sitting on top. So he's going into his shell for a think. That's good. I love this. That's great. This one's the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, it's a great Hermit card. Oh, I gotta show this again. I just absolutely love this Hermit card. If you've seen any of my other card unboxings, reviews, walkthroughs, I love the cards that are out there. Right? You know how some cards have a pretty typical, you know, imagery, but the ones that are just completely out there like this, who would have thought a turtle? But it fits so perfectly. The turtle being the Hermit. I love it. All right, on to the Wheel of Fortune. This is interesting. The wheel made out of like twigs, and it's kind of decorated. I'm gonna assume like maybe ribbons or something like that. I don't know, but it's interesting. It's really interesting. Love it. Imagery means so much. And of course, the Strength card. Oh my God, nothing to me conveys strength more than a lion, the king of the jungle. You know, he's the king of the jungle. He's the embodiment of strength. I love the Strength card. But it's interesting, he's got a rose in his mouth. That almost indicates a gentle side, if you would, you know? He's the king of the jungle. He's a lion. He's strength, but, you know, he's got a kind side to him. He's giving you a rose. Oh, the Hanged Man. It's a bat. That's awesome. Right? Again, a different take on the Hanged Man. This is the first time I'm seeing this deck, so it's like a fun boxing for me, and it's quite interesting. I really like this. Sorry, let's scratch that. The first time I've seen this deck in person. I've looked at it online for some time. This is the Death card. I'm going to put this close. It looks like, I don't know. It looks like, I don't know what it was, but it's like a skeleton, and it's clearly dead. But it could be now the almost chaotic body could be transforming, you know, which that's what the the death card means. End of something, starting anew, or I call back to my Wizards Tarot deck, and there is no death card, but there's transfiguration, because that's what it means. You're transferring into something, like a caterpillar in a cocoon becoming a butterfly. This is the Temperance card. This one's very colorful. Love it. Absolutely love it. It's a, I don't know what kind of bird that is. Well, it's a bird, and he's standing before a fire. He's trying to get warm, maybe. Oh, the Devil card. This is the Devil card. Interesting. It's almost like is that like a goat or something like that? But his hooves, I think that's his hooves that are on fire. Interesting Devil card. Again, just not like your typical Devil card image. Oh, and I'm glad we got to this card. Again, it's my favorite card in the deck, but the Tower card. Check this out. It is a big tree. That's the tower, is the tree getting struck by lightning, and it's, breaking apart like most tower cards, but it's a tree. Isn't this interesting? Really interesting take on a tower card. This is the Star. That's pretty basic and straightforward, but it gets the point across. Just a big star in the sky. That could be like, if it comes up in a reading, follow the star in the sky, follow the path you're on. Could speak that, or something's going to be revealed, a new path may be revealed to you. Can take it a few different ways. Now we have the Moon card, the big crescent moon in the sky. Something big different. Oh, and the sun. I don't know about the sun card. I mean, it's pretty, but it I don't know. Okay, I have to put this out there, but like when I do my readings, I love to look at the image, and the very first thought that comes to my mind is how I build this reading. And I don't know why, but when I see this, I see a bunghole. I mean, I'm sorry. We're just gonna move on from that one. It just, it just looks like a bunghole. Okay, Judgment. It's an interesting take on the Judgment card. You have a giant, is that an eagle? And he's presiding down, or shining light down onto all of the lesser birds in this card, right? Could be conveyed or construed as judging, right? Let's see. This is the Nine of Cups. So they're not in order, but we'll keep on going. Nine of Cups, very minimalistic, but with the Nine of Cups, the colors in the background, and a moon. Interesting. And now we're bouncing around a bit. I should have got these in order, but I was so excited when I saw it. But this is the Four of Swords. Four of Swords. Right, you got a little sheep there, but something on his mind, literally. He's got the sun on his mind. That reminds that's me right now. So I'm from New England, and it's rainy and cloudy, and it's been like that for the past God knows how long. So I got the sun. That's me. That sheep there is me. I got the sun on my mind. I just want some sunshine. But very interesting card. I'm really liking this deck. This is the Five of Swords. All right, there we go. Five of Swords. You see your five swords. I don't know. Are those worms? I'm not sure what that is. Hello, Celtic Witch. Oh, how are you? Thanks for joining. I don't know. Those look like worms. Okay. 5. Oh no, that's the. Let me see. Yeah, it's the 5 of. I don't know. It could be. Let's go back. Well, I don't know if the earthworm is cut in half, because I don't know if you've ever seen an earthworm. They got like that thing in the body, so it looks to, well, I don't know, because it does look like it's cut in half. But you know, it could be both, because you know, if you cut an earthworm in half, you know, and both halves form into 2 whole new worms, and it could mean that, right? You have the worm being cut in half, but like you have this center, and I don't know the anatomy of a worm, but this indicates that maybe the worm's cut in half, and now the 2 halves have become 2 wholes. Interesting. Interesting. And we got the 7 of swords here. We have another kitty cat. Well, that's more like a fox, but fox, kitty cat, who knows? But there we go. That's the 7 of swords. The 8 of swords. Look at that, like a cocoon. Yes, fox, cunning, absolutely. Absolutely. And like if we go back, oops, if I don't drop it. So look at the 7. 7. Well, 7 typically means ending, and swords is, you know, political concerns, willpower, dominant struggle. But yes, he's very cunning in here, right? For the intuitive reader. Right? This is the 8 of swords. This, when you know, whenever I see like a cocoon or something like that, it indicates change for me, right? Because that's what a cocoon really stands for, is change. That's where the butterfly goes to change, right? All right, we're gonna, yeah, well, I'm jumping around a little bit because they're not in order, but we've got the 10 of cups. Interesting. Very interesting. I love the colors, and I love how they're all interconnected. So this card really could say connection, or completion, right? The 10 typically is associated with completion, right? It's complete. They're all connected, and there's many colors. Interesting. And then we're going to go to the daughter of swords. It's the daughter of swords. It's an owl. Little arcane knowledge. Whenever I see owls, I'm thinking, you know, Harry Potter, Hogwarts, stuff like that. You know, but it's knowledge, right? But that's the daughter of swords. Yeah. Oh, and this is interesting because we have the son of swords, and he's also an olive. And he's not an olive. He's an owl. But he's in flight. So that could mean seeking. That could mean traveling. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. And sun, I believe, is, you know, really equated to the knight of swords, right? You know, ambitious. No, a youth. No, I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong thing. Ambitious person or bringer of change. Well, he's definitely in motion, so bringing the sword, yeah, bringing change. This is mother of swords. That's, you know, going to be the same as the queen. That's basically important woman in your future. There. Oh, and the father of swords. Yes, they're all owls. I noticed that in this, they're all owls. I don't know if that I don't know if that carries to the other suits, but yes, so this deck is this here, the The Wild Unknown Tarot. So I'm guessing it has to do with animals and in the wilderness, something like that. But yeah. So this is the Father of Swords. Now it's associated with the king, and I love how the owl is drawn with the big, I don't know what you call that, eyebrows, if you would. It gives him that kingly look, you know? Right? All right. The Ace of Pentacles. Interesting. It's the cross-section of a tree trunk with the rings. Could that mean, well, beginning or end? Or what could that mean, right? If you cut a, because like the tree is cut, but if you look at the sides, there's like branches growing out, like maybe the tree's starting anew. Interesting. The Two of Pentacles. Check this out. So this is a butterfly, but when I noticed that, you know, you can see the two pentacles, but it's got the infinity symbol, doesn't it? Interesting. Right? Two balance required. Well, the infinity, I don't know if that really signifies balance, but it is a balance card with the two pentacles there and the, you know, the infinity symbol, you know, surrounding those two pentacles. And we've got the Three of Pentacles right here. Right? That's an interesting scene, if you would. Three meaning growth. When you see the mountain in the background, right, that gives a sense of scale, a sense of larger than we are, right? Also reminds me that ski season's coming. It's got me a little excited. But yeah, that's the Three of Pentacles. And we've got the Four of Pentacles. Right, look at that. For stability. And yeah, you look at this and the pentacles, and almost I noticed that there's like an infinity symbol here too. Kind of, if you look in there. But all the pentacles are tied together with this colored, I don't know what it is, colored ribbon. Let's pretend it's colored ribbon. Who knows? But yeah, that's the Four of, you know, Four of Pentacles. Stability. The Five of Pentacles. Oh, this is interesting because five typically, you know, means uncertainty, and we have, you know, you got your Five Pentacles up, and I don't know if that's like the moon or sun or something up there. Maybe the moon, or you know, the bottom half, that this little round part. But you have a rose with, you know, a petal falling. You know, maybe it's you know, the rose in the fall. So there's uncertainty there because the rose is going to die off. But you know, with rose bushes in the spring, they pop back up. So who knows? Maybe that's what that means, right? Uncertainty. What's going to happen? Well, we don't know. We have to wait till next spring. Interesting. Very interesting. And now we've got the Six of Pentacles right here. I don't know if that you know, so six is harmony. Could this mean the rose bush blooming in the spring? Maybe that follows that uncertainty is harmony. Because right, you have what looks like they're the pentacles, but it's what a rose bush kind of, or like a new growth would kind of look like. That's what I'm seeing. Interesting. Seven of Pentacles. This is a very minimalistic card, this one here. So there's very little imagery to go on, but just the Six of Pentacles. No, not six, sorry. This is the Seven of Pentacles. See, there's seven of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Also the Roman numeral, so Seven of Pentacles. And that means endings. I don't know if I get that from the image. I don't know what I get from this image. I get more like a connection, right? If you think like tic-tac-toe, you're connected from corner to corner, or, you know, slightly off center, it could mean. I don't know. Interesting. Oh, we're gonna get. We've got the Daughter of Cups. Well, I'm glad because the last cards when we got into the the daughter, the son, they were owls, but these look like geese. So yeah, I think each suit is a different animal, right? This is the Daughter of Cups, right? I like how her shadow is colored. It's interesting. It kind of makes that stand out. Can that mean something? Right? Does the colored shadow mean something? Maybe look in the shadows? Because right, you're being drawn to that. The Son of Cups. This is the Son of Cups. Right, again, the color coming out of the cups. Right? And the Son of Cups, that's similar, that's in place of the Knight of Cups, bringer of change. Right? Son of Cups. And here's Mama. Here's Mama. Here's the Mother of Cups. Right? And that's, your important woman, supporting your ambitions. And, yeah. And to the Father of Cups. Looks very similar to the Mother of Cups, but there's a little bit of a contrast to the previous Father card we saw. He's looking to the left, maybe not engaged here in this card. Doesn't really stand out as kingly to me, but it is the Father of Cups. Maybe that's a different posture. Who knows? And I'm going to kind of jump back to the swords because we were a little out of order, but this is the Ace of Swords. I keep seeing that infinity symbol pop up here or there. It almost looks like snake skin too. Isn't that interesting? So interesting. That's our Ace of Swords. And we've got our Two of Swords. Right? Two meaning balance required. Right? We have a Two of Swords. Pretty typical. Is that an eclipse that we're looking at? Right? Because you can see the dark hole, but the radiation coming from around that. And what do eclipses, what does that mean to us, right? Kind of makes you think. Right? Is that like the start of something new? Or is that the covering of something up, What does an eclipse mean? Kind of makes you think. The Three of Swords, very interesting. I've never seen a Three of Swords indicated like this, but so 3 typically is associated with growth. But I see something a little different here. I see constrained, bound up, needing to break free in order to grow, maybe? Maybe something's holding you back. Who knows? It's all interpretive, right? We have the Son of Swords. It is snakes. Look at that. Fascinating. There's our Son of Swords. Yes. Oh, welcome back to the 21st century with Wi-Fi. Oh, I love you, Simon. But yeah, it's a snake. That's our Son of Swords. Oh, look at the Mother of Swords. Now this card speaks. Look at a snake, but she's protecting her eggs. Right? And what does the mother do? That's associated with the queen, really. An important woman, supporting ambitions, taking care of them, being motherly, right? Well, that's what she's doing here. And I love the snake theme. Father. Oh, did I say swords? These are wands. Was it wands? Here's wands. I think I said swords. Silly me. Yes, Father of Wands here. Now, I love this image, too, because now in the snake world, right, it looks like this guy's a cobra. It's kind of king of the snakes, if you would. Because, right, we all are taken aback by a cobra, venomous snake, very powerful. So this is the Father of Wands, a powerful, associated with the king, dominant, man affecting your pursuits. All right, we're going to move on. We have some cups here. This is the Ace of Cups. Ace, again, beginnings. Pretty standard card here. It's just a very minimalistic, but that's the Ace of Cups. But you can see light on the top. Maybe there's something in there radiating that light. A new beginning. The Two of Cups. Balance required. Right? This could mean, obviously balance required, but, it definitely, so cups is emotional concern. So this could mean like balance required in a relationship, right? The roses kind of say that to me, I think, But that's our Two of Cups. Three of Cups. Three of Cups right here. Interesting. You got 3 birds and 3 cups. Interesting. We have the Four of Cups. Four of Cups. I see a rat. I think we see a theme here. Maybe. I'm looking down at the other card, and I may not be. But you know how all of our son, son, daughter, father cards are an animal. But this is the Four of Cups with a rat on top of the cups. Is that stability? Well, the cups are holding him up, so maybe that's, stability. Okay. Five of Cups. Which you can't see the cups. Come on, silly cups. They're up there. So we'll just do like this. So that's the cups top. When I pull out, you can barely see them. But he's above a horse. 5 is uncertainty. Yeah, that horse looks a little uncertain. He's got that expression on him. Looking down. Maybe he's not sure of the path he's on. Right? 5 of Cups. We've got the 6 of Cups. 6 is harmony. Now, look at this card, right? You think 6 meaning harmony. And it really, if you take a quick look at this card, right? You've got the tree, and you've got the root system of the tree. And, you see, I thought it was, but wasn't sure. It's one I do not have. Michael, yeah, it's just for people that may have joined. It's the Wild Unknown Tarot. This is what the box looks like. Very interesting. Oh, back to our harmony card. The 6 of Cups. Yeah, and I see balance, right? You see 6 cups. You see, the roots are just as big as the tree, so there's balance there. Interesting. 7 of Cups. Is that 7 of Cups? This also says balance, almost a yin-yang feel to me, right? You got the sun and the moon. But, but the 7's usually endings. Yeah, sound. That's true. It could be, right? Roots being the past, tree being the future. Sure. Absolutely. Yeah. But yeah, this one here back to the 7 of Cups. It's also a balance, but 7 typically is endings, which you got the center cup upside down. What does that mean? Interesting. This one kind of makes you think, right? And this one's the 8 of Cups. Interesting. So 8 usually means balance achieved. But I'm looking at this card, and you got like a big mountain, and then all the cups are smashed. It's almost kind of makes me think of, oh no, my cups are going to break. But that's an interesting. Or maybe it is. You achieve, your balance is achieved. You don't need the cups anymore. Isn't there a tradition? I want to say like a Jewish wedding or something like that, where they smash glasses. Maybe that's what this means, right? A balance is achieved, so smash the glasses. Oh no, I don't know. Let's see where we're going here. Yeah, that's so out of order. I'm gonna kind of shuffle through some because I want to show the Fool. Here's the Fool card. Again, your typical Fool, right? I've seen images of the Fool card where, it's the Fool, he's packed and he's ready to step off a cliff. Well, here we have the same thing. Is this a new bird just getting ready to fly? Maybe he hasn't flown yet and, Mama's in the background ready to push him off the branch. No, I don't know about that. But, yeah, maybe he's ready to take his first flight. Okay. The Magician. This is our Magician. Oh, isn't that awesome? And I just noticed this card, and I wonder if it's, because I'm looking down at the High Priestess card that's coming up next, but I noticed on this card, it's got all 4 suits. Isn't that something? We've got the sword, we've got the pentacle, the wand, and the cup. And we have what looks like a cheetah. Great Magician card. Right? And what does the Magician mean for us, right? The Magician, positive guidance, mentorship. Yeah, interesting. Oh, look at our High Priestess. This is our High Priestess. Another big cat, if you would. I think that's a tiger. And a tiger gazing into a crystal ball. That's kind of what I see here, right? Right? And the High Priestess gaining spiritual wisdom. Well, sure. Right? Getting wisdom from the ball. The Magician traditionally has all the suits represented. Oh, is that something I haven't noticed? But yeah, maybe you could be right because it's definitely here. I'll have to look at one of my other decks because I think you may be right. I think I've noticed that in another deck or two. That could be correct, but sometimes I just don't notice things. Hey, but this is our High Priestess. She's gaining knowledge, maybe of the future in her crystal ball. The Empress card. It's basically just a tree. That's interesting, right? But experiencing growth, fertility, increased creativity. Yeah, I'll have to look at my Wizards Tower because I believe you're right. If you look in the background, you see all of the suits there. Absolutely. Absolutely. I never associate it as something that's a constant because I view the Wizards Tower as, again, being a little bit untypical of traditional tarots, with some of the imagery, but absolutely. But yeah, this is the Empress. And the Emperor is a tree as well. Right? You think of like Empress and Emperor needing to take responsibility. That's the Emperor. Needing to take responsibility, exercise discipline. Well, I mean, it's a tree. Not sure how I read that one. Right? Ah, and we have our Hierophant. Our Hierophant. That's true. Magician will use all the elements. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. This is our Hierophant. And, we have a Lover's card. Yeah. There's a few cards in here that really, that I really love. I love the Hermit card in this deck. And I like the Hierophant in this deck. And I also love this card, the Lovers. Now, typically, when you see lovers, you always see two beings, or two people, two whatever, but they're usually standing, looking at This card here, where it's different for me on this one, is you have two geese flying off together. That's like the lovers starting off a new life together, right? Very interesting. Love that card. Love it. Okay, we have a few others, so they're out of order, but we're going to go. This is the Father of Pentacles. Yes, exactly. Two geese flying in union, right? They're starting. The lovers just started out on a on a journey. Oh, welcome back, Matt. Yeah, we're talking about the lovers card here. Two geese flying in union, right? A little different than some of the other lovers cards I've seen. This is, two starting off on a new life together. Yeah, and this is the Father of Pentacles. Again, I love how the antlers are colored, very kingly, right? Because this is really the king card, dominant man, affecting your ambitions and pursuits. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Wish I had these in better order. So we're gonna do Mother of Pentacles. Right. So these are deer. Yeah. Beautiful. Son of Pentacles. We have a deer theme. Interesting. Very beautiful. And the Daughter of Pentacles. Yeah, I don't think it speaks to me like the Wizards Tarot or even the Witches Tarot. Some cards do, some cards don't. But the artwork is stunning. It really is. I think some cards take the minimalistic approach, and minimalistic cards typically don't speak to me. I like the busy, where the card sets a whole scene. That's those tend to really speak to me. But the artwork on this is stunning, and I love the use of sporadic color in there, like this daughter card with the the rainbow above her head. But that could have meaning, right? Enlightenment. Again, you look at Daughter of Pentacles. Let's look that up. So daughter is really page. Youth affecting your or bringer of news, right? Bringer of news. Enlightenment, kind of the same thing, right? Could be. And we got 3 more pentacle cards. We're gonna do. This is the. This is the. Oh, that's what they. So this is the 10 of Pentacles, and I'm looking at this card, and I'm like, where's the 10th pentacle? Like it threw me for a loop. Look at the center one. There's 2 of them there. Oh, that's nifty. That's really nifty. I love that. 10 of Pentacles. What's funny, I'm going to hold these side by side, really. Because this is the 9 of Pentacles. Right? And you've got 9 there. But look at. Isn't that cool? How they tied them together with that 10th pentacle in the center. Interesting. And this here is the 8 of Pentacles. Right there. This one's like spider web. Right? There's a spider in the center. What could that mean? Balance achieved is typically what the 8 means. Is it cold? They can put the heat on. Yeah, it's just a cold raw day. So that concludes the Wild Unknown Tarot. That was a very. I was so shocked to see this deck, and now let's talk a little bit about the deck. This one, like I said, I don't know where it came from. It was in my box, so it doesn't have a booklet that I can see, but I'm sure it probably came with one. But what I found interesting, and someone else may have pointed this out, I love the little writing inside here. If I can make this so you can see it, I'll hold it as you can try to see it. And it says, "Welcome to the Wild Unknown Tarot. You'll find no wrongs or rights inside this box. Only mirrors for reflection. Open your mind, draw a card, and have fun on your journey." Oh, I love that. Oh, it gives me chills. No wrong or right, because is there a wrong or right? No, not really. It's just all what we, what our intuition tells us. So that's a couple. I showed off a couple of decks, and or previewed a couple of decks, and did the walkthrough of all of the Wild Unknown Tarots. Let me know what you think. I want to thank all of you guys for joining me. This live went a lot better than I thought. I'm glad I actually had people to talk to. I'm going to plan on doing another one, and I'll give you a little preview, because I did a preview of this deck, but I haven't done a full walkthrough, and that's this deck. But I'm not going to do this now, because it's kind of getting late, and I've got to get ready. I'm actually going to hop over and watch Simon, the Hermit's Cave, watch his interview. I love watching his interviews, and thank you, Sound of the Ocean. I'm glad it went better than I envisioned in my mind for my first live. Yeah, so thank you all for joining. I greatly appreciate it. And don't forget, if you haven't liked and subscribed already or clicked the bell, I'm going to start doing more of these. Maybe every Saturday morning. You know, because that's typically, I don't have much going on Saturdays. Maybe every Saturday morning I'll do a quick live. But again, thank you for joining. Have yourselves a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you again. Okay. Well, I don't see my hand. I don't know how to do this.